When was the last time you picked up your phone without meaning to? Not to text someone, not to check something important, just picked it up, unlocked it, and suddenly it's 2:17 a.m. and your brain feels fried. Yeah, same. Let me start with a quick story. Last year, I promised myself I'd wake up early and study for 1 hour before college. Just 1 hour. Alarm rings. I grab my phone to check the time. 10 minutes later, I'm watching a random reel about someone reorganizing their desk. 30 minutes later, I'm deep into a creator drama I don't even care about. And when I finally look up, boom, panic, guilt, and zero motivation. That's not laziness. That's addiction. And if you're between 16 and 25, no one warned you how bad this gets. Here's the shocking part. Most of us don't even enjoy being on our phones anymore. We're just stuck. Think about it. You open Instagram when you're stressed. You close it feeling more stressed. You open YouTube to relax. Suddenly you feel behind in life because everyone else seems productive, rich, disciplined, and glowing. And then you blame yourself. But what if I told you the problem isn't your willpower? Because if it was, why do smart students, disciplined gym-goers, and creative people all struggle with the same thing? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your phone is designed to win. Every scroll is a tiny reward. Every notification is a pull. Your brain isn't broken. It's being played. And once you realize that, something shifts. Because now it's not what's wrong with me? It's okay. How do I fight back? Let me show you. But before that, quick reality check. Have you ever sat down to study and felt physically uncomfortable after 5 minutes? Like your body wants to escape? That restless feeling? That urge to just check something? That's not boredom. That's withdrawal. Your brain got used to constant stimulation. Silence now feels loud. Focus feels painful. And this is why productivity advice usually fails. People say, just focus. Or delete social media. That works for exactly 3 days. Then life gets stressful again. Exams, family pressure, burnout, and your phone becomes the escape hatch. So instead of fighting the phone head-on, we're going to do something smarter. We're going to make the phone boring. Here's the first tiny step. And I mean tiny. Tonight, just tonight, move your most addictive apps one swipe away. Not delete, not block. Just one swipe. Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat, whatever pulls you in, hide it off your home screen. That one extra second of friction breaks the autopilot. It sounds stupid. It works shockingly well. Because addiction thrives on ease. Now here's the part no one tells you. The hardest moment isn't the whole day. It's the first 5 minutes. The moment you sit down to study. The moment you open your laptop. The moment you decide to work on that video, that project, that assignment you've been avoiding, your brain will scream for the phone. So don't say, I'll study for 2 hours. Say this instead. I'm not allowed to quit for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Phone face down. Timer on. That's it. And here's the weird thing. Once you survive those 5 minutes, momentum kicks in. Your brain calms down. The urge fades. Not disappears, but fades. And suddenly 20 minutes pass. This is how people who look disciplined actually work. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems that lower resistance. Now let's talk about late nights. Because this is where most of us lose. You tell yourself you'll sleep early. You get into bed. Lights off. And then phone. One reel turns into 20. One video turns into a rabbit hole. And tomorrow morning you hate yourself a little more. So here's a rule that changed everything for me. Your phone does not sleep next to you. Not on the bed. Not under the pillow. Not even on the table beside you. Charge it across the room. Or better, outside the room. Why? Because tired brains make terrible decisions. At night, your willpower is gone. So remove the choice. And here's the micro cliffhanger. What do you do when anxiety hits and you need distraction? Simple. Replace, don't remove. If you remove your phone without a replacement, your brain rebels. So give it something lighter. Music, podcast, reading 5 pages, writing random thoughts. Even staring at the ceiling sounds boring. But boredom is where recovery begins. Now let's talk about creators and students who can't stay consistent. You sit down to work. Phone nearby. You keep checking views, messages, comments, other people's progress. And suddenly your own work feels pointless. That comparison spiral? That's dopamine overdosing. So try this. Create 2 modes. Consumption mode and creation mode. When you're creating, writing, studying, editing, your phone goes on airplane mode. Not silent. Airplane. No internet. No notifications. No temptation. Tell yourself, I'll check everything after. That promise matters. Because your brain hates uncertainty. When it knows a reward is coming later, it relaxes. And here's the part that feels counterintuitive. Schedule guilt-free phone time. Yes, schedule it. 30 minutes. 1 hour. No spam. No multitasking. Scroll if you want. Watch if you want. When the time ends, you stop. Why does this work? Because addiction feeds on guilt. When you remove guilt, control comes back. Now let me ask you something real. What could you become if your attention wasn't constantly hijacked? Better grades? More confidence? Actually finishing what you start? Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because their focus is fragmented into pieces too small to build anything meaningful. And here's the good news. You don't need a dopamine detox. You don't need monk-level discipline. You don't need to quit your phone forever. You just need to reclaim choice. Start small. 1 swipe away. 5 minutes of focus. Phone out of the bedroom. 1 airplane mode session a day. That's it. Because every time you choose focus over impulse, you're training a muscle most people let die. And once that muscle grows, life gets quieter, clearer, lighter. So here's your challenge. Tonight, just tonight, try one thing you heard here. Just one. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Tonight. And if you want to level up together, focus, discipline, and building a life you're proud of, stay with me. We're just getting started.